Howdy, hey, welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector, and this is Gold Rush 23. Well, I'm back at the river. I've been debating all week because last weekend, unfortunately, I got food poisoning. So I was wiped out, and that was not fun, disappointing, because I did want to get out here, but as you can see, the river's gone down about a foot, so I now have access to one for sure or two potential spots that I found earlier this year. I've been debating all week about it. I was like, do I want to go to the Shamer's Pit, which is the one where I didn't get anything on the top layer, but the bottom layer was really good. In fact, really good. And Richard couldn't make it today, so I was like, oh, well, if that's a spot where we're going to want to move some dirt. And just like everybody, he's really busy. And so I decided anyway to come to where I hit that shallow mushy clay layer about a foot down. I'm hoping to relocate that and chase that around. I did bring the keen, and I will be able to recirc and everything with that, but I got to find it first because the river came back up high. Excuse me. And so little mild things change a lot. So what else? Oh, I did want to get an early start today. It's supposed to burn all this off and get warm this afternoon. But another fellow YouTuber, a local guy, reached out to me, sent me an email and asked if he could meet up with me and bring his grandson or grandkids or something like that. So gave him directions. It looks like he's going to be coming. He'll be here shortly, I would assume. So that kind of is different for me because I'm kind of a recluse. I'm used to doing things just me or very close friends like Richard. But I decided this year, because when I started, I didn't even know there was other prospectors out there. People actually teased me for even wanting to look for gold. So I've been watching a few things, even this channel called Prospector Buddies and everything, and they do a lot of talking about getting it out there and sharing, and so I'm really trying to do that. You know, I'm getting older. I turned 58 last month, and everybody needs to better themselves, and for me, putting myself out there a little bit more, meeting new people, sharing an interest in the hobby with them, it's important. And I get a lot of motivation by watching a lot of you on YouTube, because you all do it and you all look like you have a great time, and I always have a great time. It's just hard for me to break out of that shell. I've been alone for a long time, and so I'm trying. If he shows up, and when he shows up, I'll introduce you. And until then, of course, you always got to set up the hydration station first. Let's see if I can't find that clay again. Gold Rush 23. Alrighty, just an update. Well, that didn't take long, and I knew it was shallow if I could find it. So the bad news is the water table's up so high, it filled in right away with water, but I pried those 2 larger boulders out, and underneath them were these 3 and then some various smaller ones. But down in here, if I can get to it, here's that clay right there. That's the stuff I was telling you about. So let's do a test pan. GoldRusher 23. I'm gonna have to take some of that home and play with it. Howdy. Okay, so I actually forgot my panning classifier, so I just filled up one of those and classified it into my super sluice. But just the top layer going down to the clay. I did get some of the clay in there, but I just wanted to see if it's the same stuff. In fact, now looking at that hole, I look at the upper part from this angle, I can see the clay continuing that way. So, because to get any deeper, you definitely want to open the hole up, but I don't want to open it the wrong direction. So, anyway, not a bad pan. Now, do understand, when I test pan, I'm not being super careful, and so I counted these because I had to put my reading glasses on to see some of the flakes. We have 18 flakes, so let me show you, and that's just one Arbor Fabricator classifier. If I can get you in there. So no huge GoldRusher NUGS, but that's still a good flake count. It looks like I got about 5 or 6 decent sized flakes for flower gold, and then you know, a lot of smaller ones. So it is worth continuing to explore. Yeah, it's worth continuing. So we'll see if we can expand that a little bit and see what we're running into. GoldRusher 23. Howdy, okay. Just an update. Well, because I have my Arbor Fabricator, I went ahead and classified, I guess it would be about a 1/4 of a bucket, maybe a 1/3. Basically, I had to shake that thing 2 or 3 times. But I expanded the hole about another foot, was able to pry out some more rocks, and now I'm just starting to get, I got that false clay layer and just under it, and then basically I was just kind of cleaning up the hole. Sorry, I'm sitting there looking at a cool rock. But so I went ahead and speed pan that down and put it in my super pan, the SP14 here, so I could get her nice and clean. I hate doing this stuff at the river because, one, it takes so much time. I can move a lot of dirt in the time it takes to pan. The other is floaters. I've been battling floaters pretty bad with these tiny little flakes. But I'd have to say I got at least 2 NUGS in there. Let me show you. Looks like you have a smudge. Just clean your little smudgy. There you go. I dipped my lens in the water. Hope I didn't break it. Sorry about that. But as you can see, I got, I'd have to say there's about 3 NUGS in there, and probably about a dozen or so nice sized flakes, and even triple that of the small specks. And so, that being said, that's a really good test. It says I'm on the gold enough to where if I move some dirt now, you know, you figure total of what I've moved is probably about 1/3 of a bucket. So that last pan and this pan, you know, I got 50, 60 colors in there for, you know, that little amount. So I went ahead and set my cane up to recirc. So right now I'm going to go ahead and take a little break. I don't even know what time it is. Yeah, because I know that YouTuber that's supposed to be coming, he said he was going to have breakfast there in Concrete at 7:30, so he should be showing up here pretty soon. So I'm going to take a small break, then I'm going to start expanding that and seeing which way that clay layer is going. It makes it difficult when you have all this muddy water, and of course I'm getting cave-ins. That don't help. But as of right now, it's kind of looking this way. So, and I can see another layer of rocks down. You know, you can see that big boulder, and then under it, there's another layer of rocks. Now that's what was sitting on the clay. So right now, this is looking good, but it's all about having fun, guys. And it's good to get out here. It's good to be feeling better. Oh, I never did update you. I did pass my physical, but not with flying colors. I also lost 18 pounds, so my knees are feeling way better. It sucks getting old. You know, I'm 58 now, and everything's becoming more of a struggle as far as trying to stay in shape. And but doing this kind of stuff, meeting new people, watching my prospector pouring in the morning, you guys are starting to slack. I don't know if you just got tired of filming or this and that, and I understand, because sometimes I don't want to do it either. I just want to move dirt. But again, I've told you before that for me, when I first started out, I had nothing. I had no idea where to look. I didn't even know. I had no clue what I was doing. So these YouTube videos, to me, for newer people trying to get into it, are really important, because you get to see all kinds of different material, all kinds of different methods. So keep them up, keep them going, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about today. This should go good. Gold Rush 23. Well, howdy, hey, just an update. Okay, so I got my recirc going. Now, I already ran about, well, I had to dump about 1/2 bucket out. But I do catch the gravels also, because I don't need to classify with this, and I'm close enough I can carry, but that way I can dump the gravels closer to the hole. I stopped there for a few minutes because T.repAdventures Philip actually did show up, but he actually stayed at a hotel locally, and he forgot to return the key. So I told him he could probably call and return it, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do that, or I don't know. So just to give you an update, this is the hard thing about high water digging, is you can't really see the hole, and so you're just kind of digging blindly. But I did shut that down when Philip showed up, and I saw gold. So we have gold. So, and I obviously welcome Philip to come down. He can, if he wants to do panning, we can get him some stuff to pan. If he wants to run this for a little while and take those cons, that's fine too. This is all about having fun, sharing an adventure with somebody new, and we'll see if we can't send him home with a NUGS. Gold Rush 23. Hey, just an update. Okay, so as you can see, I expanded a hole. It's kind of tricky digging because, you know, besides the cave-ins and everything, it looks like still in good gravels and everything, but because it's all underwater, so I basically run 2 tailing buckets and 4 about 1/2 to 2/3 tailing buckets there. So starting to warm up a little bit. I'm going to shut this down, do a clean out, and take me a little break. GoldRusher 23. Howdy, hey, just an update. So I did that clean out, and I got most of the lights off with my super sluice, but I'm not going to be able to get this all the way down because I've already got gold. Basically, I don't know, I'm not sure if you can see those, but I've sit there, I'm trying to get them down. I could tap them more up, but I'm not going to take it any further than this. That's a NUGS right there. But lots of gold, lots of gold. Philip hasn't made it back yet. He had to run that key back. He couldn't get cell phone reception to call him. So I got a lot of stars, I got a lot of stars. I've seen a couple NUGS. There's so much black sand that I didn't want to run it for too long. So I ran probably, if I had to guess, well, 3 of my tailing buckets. Ooh, there's a nice one right there. So, let's see if I can do this a little faster, see if I can see if there's a giant one in there. Lots of it coming down. I'm not panning any more here because I don't want to. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that dude. Oh yeah. Come on, hurry up. See if we got any bigger ones down there. Come on. It's hard to move this black sand. It's like, come on, get out of there. I'm swirling as hard as I can without spilling. Oh, there's a nice one right there. There's gold all up in that. So basically, it still looks good. I'm going to take a break. See, the sun made it out. Things are clearing up. So I definitely got gold. I expanded the hole more. Basically, there's not really, when you're using a keen, I don't even have to worry about the overburden because it's only an inch or 2 down. But from here, I pulled out them rocks as well as a couple over here. So now we got to I'm going to kind of work and just kind of move that way. But before then, I'm going to have me a little break, see if Philip gets back. I want to make sure he gets something here. And especially for all the, I believe he lives in Bellingham. Not 100% sure. But so I wanted to make sure, anytime I meet up with somebody, I want to make sure they get it. But I'm actually really kind of, that clay, I did hit it again, and now I'm underneath it, was about that thick. But it wasn't dense clay. It was just really mushy. And I didn't do a proper test before. And in truth, I'm not really doing it anymore now because I'm just running everything. That keen can move a lot of dirt. It's not a big keen. She's a mini max. And so you still have to be kind of gentle with her. I got her back when things were a little more affordable than nowadays. Oh, and I also, by the way, I did get my sawtooth mat, and I went and got some extra buckets. So before I leave today, I am going to take a walk down and see if I can't fill up a few buckets with black sand for that rainy day beach mining. I still saved my other cons too, so I'm excited to try out that sawtooth. But for now, I'm going to take a break. Wow. Nobody else here, it's just me. Love it. GoldRusher 23. Well, howdy, hey, welcome back. Well, Philip here showed up from T.repAdventures. Arr. And we're going to get him a NUG. So he's all set up with the fancy chair. Now that's a chair.
Go Hawks!
That's it. So we're going to go ahead and expand the hole. I'm going to show him how to run the keen. and we'll get some picked down and then let him run for a little bit so he can get himself some chunky. Gold Rush 23. Well, Philip here is already moving some dirt. We found a big old giant rock down there that he's trying to work his way around.
Yeah, is that the...
I don't think we're going to get that one out anytime soon. It might be possible if we didn't keep flooding.
Yeah,
but we can't even see the... He's getting the clay though. You can see the water over there, right behind his booty. But he's starting to get into some good stuff. But I told him he's going to do one more tailings bucket. He's already done one full one. And then we'll shut her down and do a cleanup and see what he's got. Hey, welcome back. All right, so Philip's over there trying to count them. He hasn't even. He's still probably got about a 1/4 inch, ½ inch thick of black sand. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I looked in there, and he doesn't even have the whole thing in there. He's only got like half. Excuse me. So, but I was looking at it. I already saw at least 3 Pacific Northwest GoldRusher NUGS.
I don't think we saw this one.
But you know, he was doing all that shoveling, and he was kind of like. At first, he was kind of doing sissy mode just on top, and I was like, "Dude, you got to get down in that juicy gravel." Oh, look at that's a nug. Oh, dude, and he had already some kind. I mean, he just keeps pulling them down. That's a nice one there.
Yep, it's a huge. We're gonna need some help carrying that out.
Got to put some super glue on the lens of my camera and slip it down there and snag it. But then he kept that rock there. We were thinking we were gonna be able to get down. It is huge, but he chased it all the way down. And even you could hear it, couldn't you? When you got down into that clay, gravelly stuff.
Nice squishy sound we got.
I told him, I said, it sounds juicy. It's like you hit it, you're like, oh, that's going to be a good shovelful.
Little fruit gusher.
So once he started pulling them out and looking at them, even because he's a rock hound.
Another nug.
And he's like, oh, and then I was trying to stop him, and he's like, one more.
Nothing in here now. It's all gone.
But he got down into the cracks there and then there. So this hole still needs to be cleaned up. I mean, there's a lot of material still just laying at the bottom. But we pushed that side of the hole for him to break open. But we can still get down there and clean the rest of this up. But it's just always exciting, especially when you meet somebody new. And Philip's a great guy. He's got a great story behind him. Sounds like he has a wonderful family. And I was watching his face when he was pulling it down. He's all serious at first, and then like the wrinkles go away, and then it's like all smiles. He's like, but at first he was like, "There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8." You gotta love it. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, hey, welcome back. It's been a while since I updated you. We finished up. We got everything reclamated. Half the stuff is back up to the truck already. So today was all about, you know, Philip was a guest, and so he ran three full runs. So we're definitely sending him home with gold. We saw the gold. All I got was my first test run and a couple pans, but that's what it's about. I can come down here any day and get gold. Today I had a guest. We had a good time. He put in a workout. I'll tell you what, he's going to be sore. But we almost got everything up. I just wanted to close up, and I got to tell you, Philip, I appreciate you reaching out. That's the goal for this year. We're going to meet some new people. I told him when he cleans that up, and I told him, you don't get to procrastinate with that one. You need to clean it up.
Right away. It's not on my list.
I was hearing stories about pay dirt that's been there a year.
Year and a half.
Much better.
Actually, I'm thinking 2, maybe even 3 summers.
Okay, you don't get to do that with this stuff. So, but he's got some good gold, and what was funny is even draining the water out of that one clean out, a flake showed up right away right there. So he's got some nugs. So it was a good day. It never really warmed up, so it was a great work. I had to put my coat on because I was just sitting on my asshole most of the day. But he was down there. He could barely even, the last one, he could barely even get up again with his knees. You know, he's got bad knees like I do. So we're going to button up. We're going to say our goodbyes. I'm going to jump him down the road and steal his gold. Till next time. Well, until I get home. I still got a cleanup to do. Gold Rush 23.
I'm not going to be sore. I am sore.
T.repAdventures. T.repAdventures. Check them out. Howdy, welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rusher. Clean up next day. Yeah, I didn't get to it last night, and I didn't have a lot of concentrates, but I was going to pan it out, but my hand's full, so I just decided to run it through my gold wheel. I drink my morning coffee. Gotta have your Joe. So, great time yesterday, but I wanted to point out at the end there, Philip with T.repAdventures approached me, and he gave me a gift, which I tried to refuse just because I feel it was way too much, but he insisted, and so I'll take it. But it was a great day. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the cleanup because you've all seen it before, but I'm sure there's gold in there. So, but I wanted to point out that he actually left me some pay dirt from a place called Corbley's Potato Patch Pay Dirt. It's over there in, where's that at? Oh, Clealum. I never can pronounce that right. Clealum. So, Clealum. Why can I not say that? Oh, it is in the morning. So anyway, I'm going to get this all cleaned up and show you my cleanup. And you guys have a great morning. Talk to you soon. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, welcome back. All right, got her done. And, well, let's get to it. What's that? One run and a couple pans. And it's pretty darn good. So let me show you. Okay, I'm going to try something out of a mistake yesterday. I know this isn't a plastic case, so I can't go too deep, but yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm happy with that. So had a great day. Got to meet a new friend. I appreciate it, Philip. Thank you for the pay dirt. Got me a couple nugs. I'm happy with that. I appreciate everybody. Hey, I got a few more subscribers. Thank you very much. Hopefully you can give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And leave a comment. I love the comments. And other than that, you guys have a great week. Till next week, Gold Rush 23. Find them nugs.